façon, c'est ça qu'on
Vamos começar daqui a 5 minutos.
crée des liens. On commence dans 5 minutes. Et d'ailleurs, s'il y a des gens qui sont intéressés par l'assemblée jeunesse, il y a une assemblée jeunesse qui a lieu à côté et il n'y a pas beaucoup de gens. Donc, si jamais on veut générer de l'intelligence collective d'un côté et de l'autre, ben, n'hésitez
In
Sim,
5 minutes. We will start in 5 minutes.
é,
comme ça. Bon, ben, je suggère qu'on commence, si ça vous va. Bonjour tout le monde, mon nom est Carminda McLaurin. C'est un grand plaisir d'être ici avec
Olá, hi, I'm Carminda Colan. It's a big pleasure to be here with you to start with the assembly in which we're going to have a dialogue about the dynamics that we will take care in Cotonou, in Benin, from the 4th to the 8th of August, 2025. Okay, thank you so very much for all of you to be here. And also everybody that is connected with us online, all people that have collaborated with us and participate of our initiatives. The forum is a process, as you of course well know, is alive. We are in the process of it. There is interpretation in English, French, Spanish, and Portuguese. So, yes, there is Wi-Fi available here.
I'm going to share with you my connection.
So I'm going to share with you my connection, okay?
The link. So you can just put
And also the link so that you can listen to the interpretation. So what we are going to do is to start a process of a reflection of thoughts. Maybe somebody in the team can help me out with this. So let's present what the forum is. Many of you know. Then this is the, we'll see how we can walk together for the forum that is going to take place in Benin. In order to start, I would like to invite, because we don't have a lot of time. I would love to hear all of you, but we don't have much time, and we are many. So I suggest that we have this dynamic of passing the floor to you, and you can say your name and where you work. The Quebec Association and also Quebec Women's March, also the International Cooperation, the Solidarity and Union. Hello, I'm French. Hi, I'm Celine from the Association of Investigation in Caribe. I'm from Caritas International. Hello, I'm Antoniosa from Quebec, Attack Quebec, that defends justice, that fiscal, the environment too. Hola, I'm Pascual from the IP. I'm Nicola from the Development and Peace, also part of Caritas. I'm part of the Association of Children and Knowledge. I'm also part of this association. I work with the families and other organizations. Natalie, and I'm also a member of the association. also member of Development and Peace. I'm an independent researcher, scholar, and I also work with development and peace. I'm a psychologist and doctor and work at the university. I'm Fabienne from the association that puts together international organizations in France. I'm part of an organization in Montreal, Libertà in Montreal. I work in the magazine called Hababor in Quebec, work with energy transition. Hola, I'm Lama, the doctor. I'm Patricia, also member of the international forum. Hello, I'm Gilles, part of the Council of Popular Education. That puts together several organizations in Latin America and cooperates with all movements. Hello, I come from Traoré. I'm coordinator of the Association of Hope in Mali. Hello, I'm an independent. I work for the union. Hi, I work in the international studies at university. Hello, I'm Alain. I work at Attack France. It's a collective that works with international solidarity. And I'm a journalist and member of the Institute of Lecombe. Hola, I'm part of the Humanity Dialogue in France. Hola, Estefania Vargas. Work for an international organization working with reproductive rights for women. And hola, I represent the Colombia movement here in Montreal. Hi, I work for an alternative
Recording in
newspaper,
progress.
and I work for the development. I'm Julio, work for the International Council of the Forum. Hola, I'm Tomás. I'm part of the association Without Borders. I'm also work with the Attack in Quebec. Thank you very much. We can clearly see that there is a big diversity here. We are sure the dialogue and discussion will be very rich. So let's remember a little bit what is going to be, what was talked before. If you need translation, I think I'm going to start with Fabienne. I would like to have Catarina to speaking. Fabiana, maybe Catarina can explain a little.
Donc, le Forum social mondial, vous savez,
the forum, as you know, has some technical problems with somebody that, well, somebody cannot hear well the interpretation. This is an open space in which we can together elaborate new perspectives that we are going to work with. And if that there are intersections that we can cross them with different perspectives, and also will that a better world is possible. This is what we want to do, a logic that allows us to say that it's not a new event or event with innovation, but we can have the same meeting for all of us. So this event, for instance, has its own dynamics, but it's going to be, if not the same, the similar dynamics of the forum. The old one was in Kathmandu, and it was huge and it was wonderful. We had wonderful meetings, but in Africa, yeah, they will receive us in 2026 in Cotonou. Could you please tell Catarina to speak, because the person that will speak about the forum can do it better. But I would like to say that you should not forget that there are other people participating in this meeting that will speak. For me, the forum is one of the biggest counter power for people. And for some of us, we could think, in the case of the organization, it's an organization that works, and it's a space that we can think as a collective of people, and some are very important. And the forum, it's a place in which we can live our values. It's a place that changes the world, not because it's a place in reality, but it's a space of a process that we all live. And it's a process that has been taking a long time, and that will be lived not only in Benin, but in all countries that are part of small forums during the process. So the forum is really active and broad, and it depends on each person participating. The structure allows, but it will depend on what we prepare. It is a continuous process that we have started already, and this is not going to end. We can leave our own spaces to work together and have different perspectives, but still that is possible to share with other people and face the challenges. We can prepare it in a very participative way. And this is the question that we have to think. What are we going to do with all the information? How we can implement and take actions with the people that I have, with the challenges that we are facing. This is what we are going to define. This is the exit of this meeting. So this is a thing that we have to invert.
Vous comprenez maintenant pourquoi je lui ai demandé de présenter. Je vais me tourner maintenant vers les gens qui sont en ligne. Alors, j'aurais peut-être tout de suite
Now I'm going to talk to, I'll pass the floor to Sakone, who is with us. You wanted to tell where you come from. Here, people in the social forum wanted to know where are you from, what do you work, what organization you represent. If you want to give a word about the process which is going on from Africa.
Merci. Merci Carmina.
Thank you, Carmina. It's I'm really sad because I'm not here or not there with you there because I had some problems, some issues with my visa, but by heart we are united, and I want to congratulate you for this event and wish you all the best in this meeting. I think we have a problem, a connection problem. I think Masakoni I think his connection failed. When he come back, we'll pass him again the floor. And let's hear someone else who's coming to talk about the convergence of the water resource in Africa. And we'll be back to him as soon as he got back the connection. Let's hear Marie-André. Here, I'm here. Okay, you can write down everything you want on the chat. And thanks again for being with you. And I'll be in charge of the group who is watching this meeting online. Is a member of the Theology Forum, is Masakon. Thank you very much for being with us. Now, Alejandro. Yes, I'm Alejandro, and I work in the workshop in Montreal. If anyone needs anything from me, I'll be here available to you. I see now the Masakon is back. Yes, sorry for that. It's a connection problem here on the internet. Besides from my visa, and technology is not in my favor, but we keep going on fighting to overcome all of these problems because they are. I want to congratulate and to greet everyone there in the room. And again, he's back. He's back. It's a kind of a connection problem. He's saying that he has any sound or audio problem, maybe being disturbing the connection. Maybe now Adu would talk. Yes, I'm really happy I'm participating of this forum from Cotonou. I'm here and I want to share my ideas and to share my perspective on this forum. I can hear very well, but I close my camera to facilitate the connection. And I'm also part of the secretariat of the World Social Forum here in Cotonou for 2026. And for those who want to participate in the forum, you can connect me anytime, at any time. And I hope these debates and the discussions the flow well, and we could reach some agreements. And for these events, and we are receiving actually many delegations, and we are really happy to host these events. And also we are happy to know that here we can see Denise, Fabian, and other people here from the online meetings. Thank you very much for being there. And this is a great opportunity to be with you. Akin is saying that they are not here on the other sides. Maybe we could close the audio. And I'd like to thank you for this support with the audio team. Can you hear me well? I think the microphone is important for those who are attending this meeting online. I think the issue of the microphone is really important here. We can wait a little bit, no problem. Yes, if you want to low your volume. Can you hear me well, Rosie? Okay. So considering the time is running fast here, we see that there are still people connecting here from Tanzania. I will ask you from those who is logging in, so please to write down on the chat your name, the institution, organization, and a brief of your resume. And this really, I'm really enthusiastic on this issue for so many people here in person and many others online. And I would like to acknowledge our friends from Africa that made this much effort to come to the meeting and to create this possibility for the access for the people who are in Africa now. Maybe we could open the chat here on the screen for everyone to read. And I also want to thank the interpreters. They are all around, worldwide. Without the interpretation, we couldn't do this. And I want to ask a round of applause for the interpreters. And thank you also for the audio team and the team that work with us and that makes this event possible. So without further ado, I would like to start with the theme is who's going to share some questions. We want to share 4 questions. It's a methodology we are using here in the popular education. It works really well. And we introduced this in the FSM methodology. The proposal is to create 4 tables like this. with different content. And I suggest other people to join us here. And I'll give you 2 minutes to present some kind of cognitive practice. So we give you 4 questions, and we spend more or less 15 minutes for the answer. And I think I'm going to read the questions, and we have 15 minutes to provide answers. And since it's important, the collective participation in the groups, I know you, many of you, or most of you, well. And through these questions, we can have 15 minutes to discuss. And when someone who is the facilitator will find in another group, the first thing they are going to do is to explain what the other group was done before, have done before, and will build this answer as a collective movement. And this is the main point. We can build the answers collectively. So let's pay attention to the time, and if we can be able to answer all the questions, and people can take notes and to bring back some memories from the groups and to share with the other groups. And what I want to say is the result from this assembly is to elaborate some kind of minutes for an intersectionality meeting we are conducting here. It could be more the experimental activities. We will be here in presence and online, what we call the Deep Six room. And we have a kind of hybrid meeting to give visibility, whether in person or online. If you want to take your places, your seats to share, please do not hesitate in come. If you could come here in person, please do that. Or otherwise, you can share online your thoughts, your questions. So what I'd like to propose for the forum is this. I don't know if you understood me well. I'd like to say that the people online can write down your questions to participate on the debate, on discussion. We have Marie-André and Alejandro, and they are going to conduct the discussion. You can send your questions through the chat, and this will be really interesting and very great expectations for the debate. Here, in parallel to those who are online, we have one animator and one facilitator who is in the group. We can raise the volume for the audio for you to listen well.
Hello, I hope you can hear us. And I hope the interpretation works well. I speak in French, but you can choose the language to listen to. English, Spanish, Portuguese. And there is a small button at Zoom on the lower part of the screen. And you can write your organization in the chat. Well, if you can open your cameras, it would be so much easier for us to see who wants to speak. And finally, we can get used to all screens with you. In the bottom part, there is a reaction button on the lower part of Zoom, and there is a hand, so you can hit this button if you want to speak. Many people you can use it. You can use the button to speak, to raise your hand. So the first question is, why do you have to go to this forum in Benin? And why, if somebody wants to answer this question? We have Massa.
La question est la bienvenue. Pourquoi aller au Bénin? On peut dire, avant de dire Bénin, pourquoi revenir en Afrique?
Yes, it's a very welcome question. Why do we have to go to Benin? Or why go back to Africa? It's very important to go back to Africa. And especially because the value of the forum is one that transforms lives. And also because they are initiatives for a change of the future. Those are important initiatives. And we have four axes, main axes, the natural resources and the environment and the earth and the planet. And after all the climate issues and the ecosystems are connected in Africa. There has been a problem for Africans if we speak about the land, especially because of the capitalist system that has oppressed people and has strongly manipulated people. The citizens of the world need to change that and need to think in the subjects of consumerism in life. So this forum intends to create alternatives for that. There are two important subjects in Africa. The first is the emancipation, because after all, the youth, it's emancipating from Pan-Africanism. And the colonialism in India is making it clear. There are several governments speaking about colonialism. And after that, it's important to have conscience, to be aware of. The Africans are asking for convergence in the forum. But it's important. We are missing a country that can give us a welcome. And it's important to think as a country of black population, in which a lot of people, a lot of things have happened. It's the case of Benin. We are speaking about oppressors and colonization. So this is the importance of decolonization. Also the cultural part of it, the democratic part of it, and everything that is involved with this. Thank you very much. Thank you for your explanation and why Benin should be a choice. Thank you very much. Thank you for all of you coming from Africa. My name is Kauthan. I live in South Africa, and I'm a member of the Women's Association and also of the Social March of Women in Africa in the South. I'm the coordinator of it. So those are the subjects that why in Africa? And I go back to the question, why in Africa? We have so many interesting things that we are about to live. And also about the platforms and the dynamics of the forum. There are a lot of interesting things that we will see that united in Africa. And this continent with all changes and evolution, we can say that the countries are going through. There are dynamics, interesting discussions, and initiatives that are very good, including the women's initiatives and culture and the climate change. We have a very good dynamics to work on. The participation of the youth too. I believe the organizers of the forum and the intersections have done a good work. Thank you very much to all of you. It's a pleasure meeting you. And the way that you are preparing it, it is very important in a very balanced environment in Benin. It's so good to be here and see you all here. And I hope we can soon meet to keep discussing all those subjects and talk about our skills and capacities in Africa and everywhere. Thank you very much. Among all people that want to speak, we have some that have raised their hands. We are going to start with Denise. Thank you. I would like to answer why to participate in the forum, and after that, why Benin. To participate in forum, I would like to say that I participate of the forum since the second one because of the theology of liberation. For me, it's very important to participate because we focus our experience to unlearn all forms of colonialism. So this has been an immersive experience. We've learned a lot, and we hope the results are good. I could stop here, but I want to say that there are some criticism too, things that were lost in the past. In my case, I see that there is a lot of solidarity, especially if we are talking about the international environment. And because of that, I believe that we need to grow our learning in Benin. We have to learn something new so that all people or the majority among us work from different segments for a better world, and each of us has our own learning. So why in Benin? In part because it's extraordinary that the forum in Africa, it will be in Francophone and Sub-Saharan Africa. We can notice that the infrastructure for the forum is there, and we have a mission to meet people. This is an aspect from the white Western people. And that's why it's important to be in Africa.
Merci beaucoup. Je me joins à mon camarade
Thank you.
Massakone
So let's hear Ardo.
global et de la
So thank you. I would like to join my colleague and all members of the Global Convergence
c'est l'Afrique qui
and the Technical Secretary of 2026. It's very clear for me that Africa is organizing, but it's Benin that will receive people. We are here in this World Forum of Intersections, and this makes us think of reinvent and to be connected again. So this is convergence. It's a space so that we can extern our pains and think in different alternatives together. Everything that is going on in Canada, for instance, that they don't have the visa to be with us. So now we are going to speak about the forum as a place of dialogue. So I want to say that our commitment is this mobilization of our world is what the world needs. So I'm sorry, the sound has failed. And also a summit of humanity, everybody together. Africa, for me, it's a convergence of the continents and all peoples, all resistances. So I think we all need to be there. Like the Asian movements in Asia, Indonesia, Philippines, we can learn from them too. And we can talk about the monocultures, the capitalism, and other movements that we have in Africa. We also know about the caravans that will go to Benin. From Senegal, we're going to receive caravans in Benin and to cross Mali and all those territories, all those countries, is also to think about Palestine and the surviving necessary in Palestine, and how we together could meet in order to meet again these all those issues and subjects that we talk. It's explosion of solidarity is what we need. All the peoples in the world are suffering too. And we also have learned what is going on in Congo.
in the exploitation of minerals and to start to work with the great multinationals, organizations, and all of these social movements. And that we have to launch all around the world for things happen. And it's important to think about a clean planet and to attend the global convergence and the water and the seeds, the plantations and agriculture, the plantation in Africa, North America, and in Southeast of Asia, and so many workers so live in the poor conditions. And we have also to think about the domestic laborers and the workers in the private companies or organizations. And this way we could to grow in kind of a social community, and we have the needs and on behalf of all peoples for for everyone to meet each other and and so that's important that everyone to meet again to find another person and to find some connection in people that we are in Brazil now, and this should be a word spread all around worldwide, not here in Benin, not here there in Benin, but also to everyone to share. And I'd like also to say very much, thank you very much for your attention. I thank you very much for everything you are doing towards these objectives or these aims. And let's pass on the next question. I'm sure we have so many things to say, but we could move forward. And the second question is about how to do for my organization, my source, could it be developed. So rephrasing the question is, how can we assure our participation in this forum? Who would like to answer this? Denise?
Nous utilisons deux stratégies. La première stratégie, c'est de répéter et répéter tout le temps que.
So we use strategies. So the one is to repeat. It's kind of in looping our strategies, all the decisions in the intersectional forum, and for those who take care of the great movements, and other thing is to propose also meetings among our circles or within our communities. So, for example, to travel to Cotonou and to be there, to participate in person, because we are going to pay more attention on the other movements locally, for us to have other activities. In this case, for example, we could have many people gather, and these should be nice, ideal, and to share the idea, to have other international point of view, and also like to thank the opportunity to participate on these events, kind of hybrids, because we can have people from so many places, and the people who doesn't come here in person and participate and are participating now. Is anyone else who would like to add anything? Massa wants to
j'ai voulu enlever mon
Massa wants to
je sais
bring
pas,
some
Internet ou quoi,
participation before my connection
commencer à
failed again.
technologie. Donc, comment participer
And
au Forum social mondial
internet here is
Cotonou
very
2026?
unstable.
Bon, on
And
a
how to
d'abord
participate in the World Social Forum, especially in Cotonou in
participation en ligne,
2026.
en
So
Nigeria,
first of
en
all,
présentiel.
we have two possibilities.
Donc,
One is a
c'est les
participation
différentes
online,
que
and the second one is in
participer
person.
au Forum social mondial
In
de Cotonou
those two
2026.
ways to
Donc, il peut
participate,
s'enregistrer pour suivre les moments phares à travers les sites qui sera mis en place. Le site n'est pas encore mis en place. Les différentes commissions sont en train de travailler.
so
Donc,
what you need is to register
si tu n'arrives pas à te déplacer, tu auras la possibilité
and to have to
d'assister
choose the place and the possibilities to be there in that
et
place
poursuivre
and
les
or
activités
otherwise
organisées.
to be online.
Bon, maintenant, comment participer physiquement ou en présentiel?
And how to
J'aimerais
participate in
d'abord aller en
person.
Afrique. Nous sommes différents réseaux et nous
Uh,
avons dans différents
we have
pays
different
en Afrique du Nord,
commissions.
l'Afrique du Sud,
You can
nous
join
avons
any of them, and the moment you
l'Afrique de l'Est.
register,
Donc
you
maintenant,
can
on est en train de
choose
travailler avec les grandes
the
missions
commission you want to
comme la
participate,
Abidjan,
or you can
de
change to another
l'Algérie. Donc
commission
maintenant,
and
on a mis
participate
en
in
application
person or
un réseau
online.
des
And
organisations. Donc nos
first of
camarades
all,
africains
I
ou les
address
organisations
all the
francophones,
African
il
colleagues
s'agit de
that
mettre
are
en place
working
des
together to
différents
make this
processus de
possible,
mobilisation
not only in
dans différentes
Africa,
régions.
but on the north of
Et donc
Africa, in
maintenant,
the
par rapport
south
aux
of
participations
Africa, in the
diplomatiques,
east or
on
west.
va travailler
We are
aussi avec
really
nos partenaires
working on a
africains et
network
Afrique. Oui, qui
to
vont
make
mobiliser en
it
Asie, qui vont
possible.
mobiliser en Amérique
And
latine, qui
also
vont
in
mobiliser en
South
Europe.
Africa,
Il s'agit de
with some
constituer
commissions, some
défi
partners,
pour
some
pouvoir
partner
bénéficier
organizations,
une année avec
other
nos réseaux. Après avoir été
stakeholders,
mobilisés,
and
d'être avec d'autres
to
réseaux
represent
qui
different
existent,
zones
d'effectuer
in
avec leurs forces et
Africa
leurs
and
moyens
different
pour participer au
councils.
Forum
We
social
also
mondial.
work with
Comme je l'ai
Fabian,
dit, je prends l'exemple
and we
des activités de
started
la coopération
mobilizing some
que nous
people
avons fait pour les
in
caravanes. Donc, cette activité
Latin
a nécessité de
America,
participer. Donc,
and to start saying
chaque
that we are
organisation
here.
dans son
And
activité
this
de
year,
mobilisation a des partenaires
it's
privilégiés
the
dans différents
year to
projets. Il
mobilize.
s'agit
It's the year
d'intégrer
for the
le
mobilization,
Forum
to
social
bring, to gather
Forum
all
social mondial
the
et
powers
augmenter la
to make
mobilisation
this
des
event
efforts participatoires
really
au
a
Forum
good
social mondial.
one
Quelle thématique
and very
principale?
useful and
Essaye de décrire
fruitful, and
les
we wait
projets
for people to
auprès des partenaires.
participate. Each
Donc,
organization,
ça
each
c'est la base.
person has one role, one activity they want to act, they want to develop. And also in the World Social Forum in Benin, you can bring your arguments and to bring your ideas and bring your experiences, what kind of theme you want to work on from projects, for example, from the Paternarios. It's a kind of a program of partnership, and they add experience. They bring networks, they bring other sources of information, and also to facilitate to achievement of these objectives. So these different organizations can enroll and to come to the caravan, to the group, to the big group, and to bring your plan of action and place your differences. So show your different propositions to work in this time frame and for the partners. And anyway, we can take care of your project here. It's a kind of to place, to organize the theme you want to work on within your organization here in the forum. And also a tourism space. It's also because we are militant, we are activists, and we are not not only people but also people with good solutions. We can bring good solutions for your participation. We are all involved in this, working together to receive, to welcome the international committees. And if you agree with this, so please bring your proposition and we can be more resilient. And this is, I want to say, that's be welcome here if you want to participate, if you want to send your programs, your projects, and all of these has to be a space for the interchange of initiatives. It's a different program, it's hybrids, or even in person. So propose different alternatives. That's we want to thank you for your ideas, Massa.
Oh, pardon.
Sorry for this. Pierre, he wants to speak.
Toutes ces pistes d'action, puis comment se mobiliser, puis comment
Oh,
se mettre en marche. Et on redit
so
qu'on est là comme activiste
I'd like to
militant.
thank you for all of you who want to mobilize and to participate. We are not going to do tourism there, but we are going there to share and to participate on this World Forum. Thank you, Maria Andre. It's also to say that a network, if you want to participate and have a program for the presence and from preparatory activities and due to the points we want to take to the forum, and also to gather some people, to organize some meetings, and to meet as much as we can to coordinate the different themes and themes in common. There is a convergence space, and for us to want to compromise, but the themes that take us to the forum and to prepare for our participation, not only to prepare the travel, but it takes us to think about how to work on the web and to propose other meetings, the different kind of meetings, and this a kind of report that we can construct or can build collectively. And the people who will bring any other proposals to the forum, it's all I want to take is to anticipate these, to have more visibility. So before the forum is the growing of this group of coordinated activities, each of those with their own objectives, but a collective objectives, and to amplify the intentions of this collective building for the proposals, and to connect ourselves in network. It's a kind of anticipation and visibility, working on the website. It's a very important element. It's what I wanted to say. Thank you very much, Pierre. This really actually is important to construct, to build some agenda and to take their to prepare for the event. So let's give the floor to Damien. And how everyone, good afternoon, I'm Damien. And I speak from Salvador, Bahia in Brazil. And also I speak Portuguese. If you want to organize it, it's the collective Brasília, the Bahia, for the World Social Forum. We are organizing the World Social Forum in 2018 here in Brazil. So let me start to say that here in Brazil, through about the importance of the African people, African organization, Africa as a continent, denouncing some the genocide in the region, that the African diaspora is outside the Africa, as Ardo had already said, in Brazil in particular, in Benin and the Bahia states, I think it's really important that a Brazilian African should be present. It's a kind of a Brazilian dynamics for this and to establish these conditions for us to have more participation in this forum. And we know that here in Brazil is very difficult. And in Tunis, for example, in 2015, was not easy. And for Benin, it's important to have this international proposal that's necessary for the participation of our representative, the movements of Africa, Brazil. It is a really good source for us. That's our proposal. Thank you very much.
Un fonds de solidarité pour permettre cette mobilité aussi entre les participants.
So thank you. In order to allow this mobility among participants, I think somebody raised the hand. I'm not sure. I don't see any other hand raised among the participants. We have somebody here. It's Sena. Thank you. Good afternoon. Olá, Massa. I'm Sena Luca, and I coordinate a group of it's called the JVE International in Togo. We are working from Porto Alegre, and in Tunis we happily participate, and I have the honor to be the head of an organization of youth. We've been working in Africa, and I have some proposals. Like Pierre said, I would like to speak about the forum, that it's alive, very active, and I see three stages: before, during, and after the forum. Those are three very important phases. It is very important to have a visibility before and also after, so that we don't have, we can give that to the activists, the young activists. We had in Togo, the forum in Togo in 2015, and how to do in order to organize forums throughout Africa. We organized the first meeting in Togo, but we need time before. The second proposal for me is to have solutions. It's about the youth in Africa. We know that there are several worlds that are possible. So how can we propose solutions in order and not to cry, instead of crying? For me, it's to guarantee solutions in Cotonou. And I'm talking about the elections, people that can make it happen, so that we can have a good forum with good practices, with our friends from India, from Nepal, from Canada, etc. So it's important to take solutions. Sorry to interrupt. Just to give you a small message, we're going to work together. But I'm going to take the opportunity to give you a third question. Well, for me, it's the mobilization of African youth, like Martha. How can we organize caravans so that we are going to have a lot of youth that can participate in Cotonou. And so we can really see the African youth there. And we can have the cities
Merci beaucoup.
and the governors and the presence of all there in Cotonou. Thank you very good. Thank you very much.
Et Bertrand et Rosie, je vous invite à répondre.
Bertrand et Rosie,
Dans le fond, avec quoi nous y allons?
the
Quoi,
third question.
on veut amener avec nous? Quelle lutte on veut amener avec nous en se rendant au prochain?
What is the struggle that we are going to take with us, the dreams that we are going to take with us, to bring with us? I would like to speak about Damien's words, and I want to support the interest of Benin's government to make the event happen. The government has a historical and strong relation with Brazil. Benin, people in Benin went to Brazil to express and ask that the descendants could go back to Benin. And we met with the interior minister in Benin. Although the ministry found it important and make the government accept this principle, to accept the manifestation. In order to answer to your question, we need to think that another world is possible and to propose alternatives. And I believe the forum in Cotonou in 26 will be the space for that. And we've been working with very concrete proposals regarding the social part, terrorism and peace in the world, and many subjects regarding solidarity, food. Like my fellows here said, and we need proposals. This is what we all need to think together. In Benin, in a meeting, we were told that we need to have an impact in order to have capacitation of people and how we can. It's difficult. I believe this has to do with how we can capitalize all the forums, how they can contribute with visibility and understand that the forum is very important for that. And I'm talking about concrete documents, but also with conversations with other people. So the idea is that everybody can participate. It's not a gala moment, but a reflection moment. Thank you very much.
Excellent. Merci beaucoup. Rosie?
This is excellent. Thank you very much. Jose, you? I'm going to speak in Spanish. I'm sorry, I cannot open my camera. I would like to thank all fellows from Africa, from Mali, Senegal, Benin, and all the other countries that are here. When we were in Kathmandu, it's important to go to Africa because I'm a Mexican and I was part of the organizing committee in 2021 in Lima and also in Mexico. And this after a pandemic that was terrible. That was very sad. And I would like to say that I was not able to find the visas for our fellow friends. We could count in a hand the people that were able to come. So we have to go to Africa. As it's the mothers, is the origins. It's like Massa said, it's the meeting in Benin in 2026 is the opportunity to put together the struggles and to denounce and to face the challenges because we are many. And now I am collaborating the Intersections Forum and the continental part of education, popular education, to bring hope. We cannot miss hope. We cannot miss resistance. And now speaking about Palestine and all the peoples in Africa that have been raped and suffered. Like Massa said, we are not going to do tourism in Africa. We are going to hear people and say, this is what I would like to share with you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I was also writing in the chat. There are some people that want to speak. I invite you to write in the chat. If there is something that you want to speak about the struggles, you can write in the chat in any language so that we can record your question, and then we'll have an exchange moment. And we have 1 minute for each now. If you could tell 1 minute, thank you very much. Pierre is now with us. We were together this morning and we met women's associations in the morning, women from Africa. And we talked about what we are going to bring with us to Africa next year. And we talked about the hybrid and in-person activities. And we talked with the Massa and other friends who said that it's a continuous process. It's not essential that we are there. It's important to be present before, during, and after. So I'm convinced that the agenda in Africa is more than necessary. And the logic of it, the logic of what is going on, the logic of what is going on in Africa and everything that has been changing there, and all the dynamics that support the independence of countries in Africa, and the independence of the knowledge, the decolonization, the intersectionality. And this is so important among African peoples. So we need to bring a change that it's deeper. In fact, in our context in Africa, it's not a foreign one. Thank you very much. I'm gonna pass the floor to Muhi.
Thank you so much, and thank you for organizing such a gathering for us to give out our point and listening to my people concerning the answers that they gave
us the opportunity
on.
To bring here our perspectives.
Okay. Okay, concerning the answers that they gave, why Benin, the dreams that we should come with, but also what we are going to expect. Concerning the World Social Forum, it's a space where we look for international attention, where we fight for social justice, where we all equally give right to the local people, especially indigenous people. So therefore, the dreams that we should come with us, first of all, is to have the mindset of fighting for social justice, but equally to reinforce the feminist movement in Africa, but more space to give space for the women in the informal sector and also in the agriculture sector. Because when we are looking at the gender equality and also the youth empowerment and also women empowerment, we situate that they are really lacking behind. And Africans participating to the World Social Forum, I can say it is really minimal. With my experience in Nepal, I think we are not even more than hundreds approximately. So for this being in Africa can give us that space, but more spaces to raise awareness of the World Social Forum across the continent of Africa for them to really know the objective, the goals set and the vision for the World Social Forum, and to let them know that this is a space for them. This is a space where they can able to come and raise their voice because their experience matters. What they are going through also matters, especially in the world where capitalist rules, and like it's something that is also not being in our favor, and like agriculture also is really affected, especially with climate impact. So therefore I think with the World Social Forum being in Africa, in Benin, with the excellent social inheritance, I think we'll be in a very good space where we discuss, where we give out proposals, where we solidarity, where we create collaboration and alliance to make sure we reach particular points. We also equally make a sustainable decisions that can able to take us to another level, because Africa needs the World Social Forum, and like our women need us and our youth also equally need us. So therefore the engaging and uncovering different perspective of this is very important, especially for education. They have to be aware, and aware in the sense of what is their right, what is their responsibilities, what are the things that they can able to wait from this World Social Forum to get access to land, access to natural resources. Because looking at the even at the agricultural sector, women are really lacking behind. And at the World Social Forum, I think it is something that we can able to address for women at least to have the voice, which the Global Convergence is doing. And together with the world, I believe we can achieve something. Thank you.
Merci beaucoup. Vous allez être, Buri, notre dernière de
Thank you very much, Buri, to bring this discussion on these themes. So we will bring you to the room. And also the Mamadou is other people who would like to speak. But I apologize. But we have another possibilities to hear other voices, and we can also move on to this main room.
Est-ce que vous nous entendez dans la salle?
I don't know if the people on the main room is the sun hybrids and this space here and so they are not listening to us. We are only here online. We are not listening to you, Maria. So let's.
Oui, on est là.
I think they're we are here. We are ready here. I believe we are not going to take us back in the main room. And now we see. Can you hear me now on the main room? We are listening. Carmina speaking. No, her microphone is closed. Now, okay. And the good news is that the role that I'm having now, then we have a festive afternoon that we are ready to start, and also we have a conference for you to take the word and so many things happening at the same time. But let's come back here to end it up on time and to respect our time frame and also the people online. And I'll give the floor again to the Marie-André that's going to make a summary of this. Can you hear me in the main room? Yes, we can listen. Now, first of all, I would like to thank all of you that participate online. That's really interesting to listen to you. And I don't like this role to give or to cut some people and to not allow them to work, because we have people for many parts of the world. And thank you, all of you that connected to this meeting. And the first question is to how or why to take the World Social Forum to Benin in Africa. And that's things we dealt with here, talk about the importance of the African continent, and Benin is ready to welcome the World Social Forum, and people understood the importance to be back to Africa for everything, for the interchange, for the capitalism and territory that they live, many discriminations. For sure, it's a quick, brief summary, really brief. And the question is why? To bring social forum there is to share and to kind of go back to our house, as considering the Africa our origin. And that's all we could take to the forum. And the moment is very important that we are now. So being brief is that the summary. In these two colleagues here online. For the second question, and how to mobilize our network to participate. It was also rich as an interchange, this question, because the people online here can make the spread technology. We talked about the technological tools for communications, so the network for the forum. So people talked about so many activities to enroll, to register, and to make a plan of actions and to ensure that we are working. And then we take the words from, it's not a tourism. We have to bring proposals and to grab the opportunities to really have to reinforce and to have some declarations and to build a better alliances and to ensure that we have the continuity and a place where we can take this to home, as Africa is our home, and to be there in the forum, to work also with all the proposals and segments and sectors, and in parts we can work and having the continuity for our work. And there is interesting that we're talking about, someone talked about a kind of solidarity fund, funding to kind of have a participation of other people that doesn't have the opportunity. And people also talk about to break these breaches or to close these gaps. And for everybody to signal, all the colleagues from Benin who presented all of what's possible here during the time frame we had for this meeting. And the third question is to how to struggle and the dream for us and to have the opportunities. We didn't have that many opportunities to listen to everyone, but they put the questions on the chat and talking about the food security, the impact of the internationality, this the knowledge gathering, and 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 kind of to fight for social justice and the education for all, education for us, and also to have these all our themes of processes in the World Social Forum. It's kind of a dream to have a better world, and this world is possible. So I'll stop here, and we are going back to the main room to see how our feedback reached there. Thank you very much, Maria. It's not easy to make this presentation so brief. Thank you, Marie-André, for this presentation. And I'd like also, now I'd like to listen some questions from here, from our main room. I'd like to invite one of the persons here on the table, on the right table, for having this question. Well, the question is concerning the question on why to structure the forum like this, and why is in Benin 2026 in the context of the region or the African region, and why in the context of 2026, and why these all things are related or not. So I'd like to talk about the world, and also about Africa, and about our meeting here on the World Social Forum. So we have to learn collectively. We have to gather to learn from each other. And these practices, and also our methodologies, and overall how to translate these from different sources or into different sources, because Africa is the place where we have to speak. And first, it's a colony, a kind of colony, and also it's a post-colonial. In some countries only have the importance to be back to Africa, specifically in Benin, and for this forum, to get to this position is to say that we have also to talk about the interchange of knowledge, intellectual knowledge, universities, and to find the civil society interest in these themes in Africa, in the north of Africa, also different knowledges. And talking about also to talk about crisis and also deterioration and in the environment, and much is being said, and what is important about from the violence and the crisis on the climate change, a crisis, and to contextualize all these for 2026, and also the rising of the extreme right parties all around the world, and these right wings in all of the world, in different countries, and how to defend from this. So generally, the forum is a space to create this network and to bring these importances for these, not individually, but for all the organizations, and to present in the collective way. And concerning what's being said, there are two issues very important, talking about the feminism, and there are many international problems, many problems here, and we question about this issue on the feminism, and also relating to fascism. Does anyone want to talk about this?
Alors, bonjour tout le monde. Ici, c'est la question comment mon réseau pays participe. Moi et mon réseau pays participe.
Hello, good afternoon. How my country can participate and deal with different groups and received different answers, and the members are very sensible to the questions in what regards Benin. We created several ways of communication, folders for international communication and also medias, and we, thanks to our international partners, and especially for people that are distant. Thank you very much. Now, in order to prepare, we have the responsibility to create collectives and information in order to propose activities and groups and events in our network. We have unions, organizations, schools. We have different groups participating already, and especially with the participation of students, citizens, and professionals. So we want to make it grow in the academic environment. The forum is built with our voices, our struggles, our ideas, but it's not enough only to assist. We need to contribute. And it's good to participate in presence or online. Each with his or her role. And we also acknowledge Palestine to leave the dependence of this north-south thing. And I'm sorry, it's speaking very fast. There is a will to participate and connect more. The third question, I would like to call to acknowledge the presence of Nina, for the one that has just spoken, and Jack, and in general, the group of youth from France and Mexico. And there is a wonderful group of young people that will participate. They are participating. So thank you. Congratulations to the youth. It's good to be able to put in practice in the future. And also Malin, that came from Africa. Bravo. Mario, thank you. We could send you the notes that we've taken. The people that have taken notes could compile them and send, please. And the other question, how to contribute. How can we contribute so that everybody finds its own place? Inclusion. We need to include all people in the forum. And it's important to do that before also, taking into consideration the cultural differences. And to work online in the forum is important, and in connect with the other ones and commit with the forum. And prepare the event very well, taking into consideration the inclusion of local populations. And also we need to interact with populations that are further from the place. We need to visit them, we need to talk to them about what is going on, what will be going on in the forum, and invite them to participate. They need to be sensible to this forum. They need to participate, and we need to prepare an inclusive event so that each can write their activities and be part of the subject so that they will feel included. We also need to think about the languages, the local languages that are traditional. We need to, methodologically speaking, include all those peoples, all those languages, and integrate the art and all activities and messages so that everybody can interact. And we need to think about all those capacities for the event. Thank you very much. I think this is a central subject for the event. Bom, quais são as, what are the struggles and the hopes that we can speak about in Cotonou? We've talked a little about the individual ideas and the group ideas, which is to go look for the hope. It's what is going to feed us. On one side, we need to search this hope, considering the far right and all those people that are fighting for Palestine. How can we approach this subject in Cotonou? How can we bring ideas and have a solidarity moment with those people that will not be able to be in Cotonou? This has to do with hope. It's to give voice to the ones that don't have any voice now. And it is important to have hope that the forum can launch dynamic organizations that are far away in the world, that struggle for the same, fight for the same subjects, the same themes, and think about ways to live together, people that are close and people that are far away. And also, it's the same for the struggles that are local and that are far away. The sexual women's health is also another subject to be considered. This is a global problem. We need to bring hope to all those subjects and to how can we reduce the inequalities among the poor people. Now we have to put an end to it. And I believe this is also something that needs to be fought against the ones that drive our world. So the forum is a space to treat that and to receive warmly all peoples. So thank you very much for all this time that we've been together with us. Yeah, that was very fast. I thank you very much for the generosity, for all that you brought here. And I would like to ask to some people online if they have some minutes to speak. I think that Dakar and Tara that has raised her hand. Alice, can we pass 5 minutes, especially for the interpretation? So I generally give the word to Tara.
Would you rather I speak in English or Espanol?
What do you prefer, English or Spanish?
Yes, because sorry, French is just a different beast. I don't know why you belong to the Latin languages. We did very hard to understand French, even if you speak a Latin language. I think it's very important that we also talk about how we're going to bring poor people from around this continent. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Sorry.
You can go ahead, Tara. I'm sorry.
I'm from the Poor People's Economic Human Rights Campaign, the Poor People's Army here in the United States. And I feel like part of the discussion should have happened or needs to happen before the Forum in Africa, why it is so important that the poor from the Americas, but especially the poor from first world countries, where people don't think of first world countries having the kind of poverty that we do have. And especially what's going on with Trump, we're being impoverished overnight, even in greater numbers than before with this administration. And that most of our poor in this country haven't left their neighborhood, haven't left their city, haven't left their state, haven't left this country, and have never seen what poor people look like elsewhere, and haven't seen that their struggle is exactly the same as people's struggles over there. Where, some of us live without water, some of us live with sometimes we have water, sometimes we have electricity, sometimes we can pay the rent. Moms working 2 or 3 jobs. I'm one of them. I'm a single mom. I was formerly homeless youth, formerly homeless mother. I've been a part of this movement since I was 18. I've gone to the forums, to most of them before 2000. I think the last one I went to was when the forum was in Dakar, in Senegal, and I haven't participated in the forum, but it never fails that we don't think about, one, if we are going to do Zoom, how do we include the poor who don't have access necessarily to computers? We have a huge digital divide, not only in this country, but in every country where there's poor people. We have to remember that how poor people can have access to get on Zoom and encourage them why it's important for them to participate in the World Social Forum on Zoom if they can't go. But it's also important not to say, okay, we solved the problem. They can get on Zoom and they don't need to actually get to where the forum is. That should never be the answer. Poor people need to be represented always at the World Social Forum, no matter what country you're talking about. And we have to figure out the resources for them to participate in Zoom and figure out the resources, how also they can get a contingency of youth, elderly, young, every color of the rainbow, because poverty does not discriminate in anybody's country. Thank you. I'm sorry if I spoke too quickly.
Thank you, Tara. Thank you so much. Ça vous va si on prend une petite dernière intervention en ligne? Mamadou, Mamadou, est-ce que vous êtes là?
Sigo.
Oui, je suis là, je suis là à Dakar, je suis Mamadou, le coordonnateur du Forum social sénégalais et du comité de...
Mamadou, on the coordinator of the Senegalese Social Forum and also the African. Concerning the time, I have already raised my hand, but thank you and congratulations to all of you. We also invite everyone in Dakar and the landmark of the World Social Forum in Africa in 2026 in June. For those who have time and the availability to come here, and also to need time to prepare the things for the World Social Forum. But I want to question the dynamics for the Secretariat, and thank you very much for all of you who participate. So thank you very much to everyone. A round of applause to all of you. And also, I have here a paper that Sophie want to thank more than 80 people that are here. It's incredible. Then to congratulate for the World Social Forum for the intersectionality. So when you are enrolled or you are registered in this for this forum, maybe you could keep on receiving this information for this process. It's something that we say a lot to keep on building this process and because of the process here. So we have so many events, and also we have a forum in Senegal, and also social movements and solidarity in Bordeaux, in France, in August, and also organizations that are placing in Brazil in November for the COP30, and other organizations that are organizing other events around the IMF forum. And I think we could meet and to ask people who are in Vienna now and to follow on different countries for them to be there in person, and also to reinforce the importance of the methodology. And I would like to know how you live these moments and you think other ideas about the methodology that could be useful for our process and to improve the mark of the World Social Forum, and to be compromised with this process for us to take a short brief on this meeting and to collect these different opinions and we have so many ways to express ourselves. So we will move on building the 3 steps for the methodology, from the popular education, for the education for the citizens, and also we could learn to respect our values, our and for the love or for the caring you bring for these meetings, and to share your opinions, and to give all the context for you to prepare this summary of these meetings. And since the beginning of this Sunday, and when we have one section in the park, and in kind of the closure of the IMF forum, and I think we could share with us what your initiatives on this issue, and the same for to share here in the chat the link for the participations, and also for the people who are online here, and to follow our hearts that we are placing here or putting here in this. And if you are able to connect online, please be welcome or feel yourself welcome. And for the people who are going to the park on Sunday, there will be, like in the World Social Forum, you can participate in person, you can connect online, and to be in person there or in line. And we have 4 different languages with the support of the Rosie and the interpreters, and we'll be there on the streets in the process of collaborating to build, for us to be near and to keep on our meetings. Thank you very much for all of you.
Allez, bonne soirée tout le monde. Buenas noches. Obrigado. Ciao, ciao.
À bientôt.
Bye bye. Bye bye. See you then. See you.
Benin pour la
So see you in Benin.
conferencia.
Merci Carmina, merci.